Good morning, soul family. Listen to the song. Amazing. Gotta figure out what we're doing for our messages. I want something just like this. Chain smokers. I want something just like this. I'm not looking for some superhuman. Hi. Hi. You know what's interesting to me is Liger reminds me of my Uncle Phil. He's got a little mole on his side here, and so does Uncle Phil. I just saw that the other day. Sweet, gentle, easygoing, my friend. I love him, right? And then there's that one. And they have issues with each other. And my landlord calls himself Uncle Patty. And he's a painter. He's painting outside on my patio. Patty. And Uncle Phil's a painter. There's so many mirrors, you know? There's so many mirrors that it confuses me. So I was going to show you. Actually, I can show you. My battery is... I need to charge us because the battery is low. But my landlord has painted my whole patio. It's all fresh and clean. So it's beautiful out there. And I'm going to rearrange everything very different. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. I've got the air conditioning on in here because it's going to be well over 100, which is ridiculous. And I said, wouldn't it be awesome if it felt like this and it looked like that? Which is, this morning I have been, how can I do this? I've been looking at Facebook memories. You know how Facebook has memories that you can see what you did last year or whatever. How can I do this? Sorry. I'm trying to do this so that you guys actually have something nice to look at. You know? I did it before. How did I do it? And the memories were a year ago, exactly at this time, I was up in Boulder Creek, California. Okay, that's not good. You're looking at a freaking house. Because that stinking mat's in the way. Matt's in the way. Matt's in the way. Is there somebody named Matt in the way? Matt's in the way. That didn't come up for no reason at all. Anyway, I was in, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I was in Boulder Creek. Maybe I'll do the rings again, except for we'll do different ones this time. A year ago, and I was looking at the and posting the different videos that I took when I was up there. I don't like it being all washed out. It looks better like that, doesn't it? And gosh, it did look like this. It did look like this, fresh and beautiful, and it did feel like this. But then it started to get quite warm up there too. But I was thinking, you know, as I was looking at my memories. Okay, I'm sorry. I've got to put you sideways. I can't get all this done. I was looking at my memories on Facebook, and I was sharing all the videos from when I was up there. And I thought, it reminds me a lot of Wisconsin. I mean, it's beautiful. Wisconsin doesn't have the mountains. But Uncle Phil showed me some places where it's quite treed, big old, you know, old tree groves. You can't go outside yet. And so the two places, I love them both, you know. And I was walking through the forest, the Henry Cowell State Park, and I was talking about where I was and where I was going. And I said something about, because my friend Randall, he reminds me of Huckleberry Finn, which was like my cousin growing up. Oh, I'm getting a message. Your cousin is like that. Your cousin's like Huckleberry Finn. I get it. That's cool. I get it. I'm getting a lot of messages right now. And Randall's a blast. We had so much fun together, you know. And I was saying, I'm hanging out with my friend, my Huckleberry Finn, but I'm looking for Robin Hood. Where's Robin Hood? You know, that's who I want. And then Lily, I think Lily represents Robin Hood. She's beautiful. She's a little bit bossy. Come here. She's very delicate and yet very, very strong. She's not afraid of anything. She doesn't take any crap from anyone, even though she doesn't have any claws, which means she's not going to hurt anybody, but she's not, well, she makes a big noise, though. Come here. Oh, your necklace broke. Come here. Come here. Remember yesterday in the reading, it said something about the collar, replace the collar or adjust the collar? Well, her little collar, the butterfly, come here, baby. her butterfly has come loose. Now it's not broken. It's just there's an open end on the metal. I'll show it to you. So because there's a reason for all of this stuff. So this is the necklace that she wears. It's these are agates, rutilated agate, and I love this little. And then she's got the bracelet. This is from Brighton. See, I told you she's expensive. She likes nice things. Oh God. Anyway, it's not broken. It just has a little gap in the metal where the string around her neck can come loose. So there. It didn't take much to reattach it, right? The little piece of metal, the pot metal, has a little break in it. But that's what, isn't that funny how we were told yesterday, readjust the collar? Okay, I got it. She wants to go outside. She's mad because he's painting. And I'm gonna see if she can go. Is there any way I can put the Chase Lounge down so she can come out before it gets too hot? Because she's screaming and I'm trying to do my reading. Can I set it up?
Yeah.
Just anywhere? Okay. All right, Lily, come here.
Put it right over here so she stays on it.
Okay.
I'm working over this way.
Okay.
Are you doing a reading right now?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Okay, Lily, here. Sorry, guys. This is what I have to do with this girl. Okay, there you go. There you go. God. She has... So, basically what it's telling me is she's a creature of habit. And I know that. And it's very difficult to break habits, right? It's difficult to break routines. So if you're used to something, even if you want something different, it's difficult. She knows that she gets to go out there. That's where she loves to be. And if you pull her away from her routine, it's stressful for her. And it's annoying for me and us, as we're trying to do this reading. So there's a message from my twin. I understand that. I get it. You're a creature of habit. It's difficult to break your routine. I get it. We all get into habits, and it's whatever the habits are. They don't have to be bad habits. They can just be habit. This is what I'm used to, and I like it this way. I'm used to being outside. I'm used to being, likes to spend time to herself. Whatever it is. What was I talking about? A lot. What decks do you want to work with, you guys? I'm picking up like random. Today, random. I miss my friend Randall. I do. I should contact him. My friend up in Boulder Creek. Random Randall. I'm going to hear things. I listened to what I spoke about yesterday in our reading, and I heard all kinds of messages afterwards. This morning I woke up and my friend Mick. You see, Randall is he's Irish, and you look at him, he looks like a leprechaun. And I have a friend named Mick, who's Irish, and I called him my lucky charm, and he is the bandmate of my friend Troy in Wisconsin. And I thought, it's the same thing. So it's a friend, it's a mate, and he's a cool guy, and he's my friend. And he sent me a song that he and Troy play. Troy used to play it all the time for me when I was back there. And he sent it, I've seen it posted several times, and he sent it again this morning, and it's Fool If You Think It's Over. And I said, why do I keep seeing this song? And then he gives me a thumbs up. And I said, fool if I think what's over. But see, I went to bed last night, and I was talking about breaking karmic contracts. And I was saying to Spirit, I break the karmic contract that is no longer in my highest good. I don't care what the karmic contract was, I'm breaking it. If it's not in my highest good, I'm moving away from it. I have to stay on my spiritual path. That's the most important thing to me. Nothing's going to knock me off it. And if there's something going on that's going to pull me away from that, then it's got to go. It's got to go. So here I'm finding different things for us to use. But I just find it really interesting how many mirrors. And that's why it can get confusing for us. So just because, I got that message, fool if you think it's over, from Mick, that his partner was somebody that I was attached to before, right? And then on this end, Randall up in Boulder Creek stands for somebody on this end. And that's the options, right? Those are the messages that you get from Spirit. So you have to be careful, because just because you get those messages doesn't mean that that's where you're supposed to go. It's a mirror. So Mick, I'm looking at Mick, you know, the Irish friend, bandmate, who's telling me, fool if you think it's over, and sending me a video of Troy and him. And at the same time, I was scrolling through my memories of Randall up in Boulder Creek, which reminded me of my person here on this end. And then I'm looking at my cat, and I'm looking at my cat, Liger, thinking, gosh, he reminds me of Uncle Phil, because he's got that mole on the side of his cheek, just like Uncle Phil. And Uncle Phil's a painter. And at the same time, my landlord says, he calls himself Uncle Patty, and he's painting my deck, and he's a painter. He's been painting all over everything. And I'm thinking there's mirrors, mirrors, mirrors everywhere. So when it comes down to is, and I've been getting from Spirit, you know, we have choices. We all have options. We can go in which direction, or this direction or that direction. So in my dreams, I was saying, I'm breaking these soul contracts. I don't want anything to do with anybody that's choosing to continue bad habits, choosing to stay away from their spiritual path, choosing to take part in things that are destructive, choosing to stay around people that are destructive. And both places draw me. I'm drawn to the mountains here in Northern California. I'm drawn to Wisconsin. I have friends there. I don't have the soul family there that I have in Wisconsin. But then I think of the song Two Princes, and it came to me in a dream, you know, two princes. And there's a song, you have two princes that kneel before you. You know, one has diamonds in his pockets. He wants to buy you rockets. He's not in his right head right now, meaning he's got issues going on with his mind, you know, trying to figure shit out. And then the other one says, I don't have a family tree, but I'm the one who loved you, baby, can't you see? So there's one that has, I guess, you know, the blue blood family. We talked about this yesterday, right? Somebody has a blue blood family and they don't approve. And so what? They're going to allow their family to make their choices, and that blue blood family is going to say nope for you, right? And yet it's all in the way you look at it, because you might look at a family tree, you know, I ain't got no family tree, but I'm the one who loved you, baby, can't you see? The family tree meaning, now how are you looking at the family tree? Are you looking at that family tree as, you know, an elite family, a family from royal blood, a family that's, you know, high-end, you know, several generations back, money? Or are you looking at a family tree where there's solid family connection, where you feel a family connection? Because that's exactly the two differences between these two princes. One has a soul family that is my soul family, and the other one comes from a very high-end family. So who's speaking? I'm the one that loved you, baby, can't you see? I ain't got no family tree. Or could you look at it in the other way? The one that has that high-end family doesn't want anything to do with me and won't accept him. So if he were to come to me, he wouldn't have a family tree. So is it him? Right? So we have all these mirrors going on, and all we can do is follow what our heart is telling us. And sometimes it's difficult because our heart's pulled in many different directions. So it has to boil down to, for me, and I've said this before and it's being brought out again, it boils down to who's following their spiritual path. Who's on their spiritual path? That's where it goes. That's where it is. I will never be taken off my spiritual path. So, but then what if you have two spiritual people? But it's the same thing, you know, you throw remember the two kittens? Oh, I guess that's what we're doing. We're going to take, somebody's going to get a message from the Shadow of Oracle of Shadow and Light, and somebody's going to get the Shapeshifters. Somebody's going to get Magdalene Oracle. Somebody's going to get the Crystal Oracle. Yes, that's what we're doing today. And so what was I saying? Correct for neutrality on all levels. What if they're both on their spiritual path? But when we throw a quarter in the air and we flip the quarter and it lands, and we're disappointed with the one that we see, we already know, right? So practice, do it on your own. The other message is the two kittens, right? There's two soulmates. You have two kittens. They both have great qualities. They both have things that don't work for you. But you have to choose one. And you ask you're worried that one is not going to be loved. One's not going to be taken care of. And you worry about that one. But the truth of the matter is that they will be taken care of. And you don't have to worry about them. They will be loved. You have to choose what it is for you and your highest good. Now, there may be deep, deep love. And you care so much for this one there's a connection, there's a history, but that one's got problems. They need help. And we are not responsible. We are not responsible for saving someone else. We are not responsible for healing someone else. Somebody needs help. Somebody needs to get it together. And that's what they have to do on their own. And we can't feel responsible for them. What's the other message? I'll see, that'll come up. I mean, the song, something just like this. For me, I don't have either one of these in front of me right now. It's energetic, right? I'm just giving this as an example. I don't have, it's not like I have this choice to make. I'm just giving these two examples. Both have amazing qualities. Both have a similar personality. Clearly, because we're going to be drawn, you know, to a certain type of personality because of what we are drawn to. So both are equally talented, both are equally handsome, both are equally kind, both are equally flawed, right? That's a tough call. Both are spiritual people. Both are incredibly gifted. I'm not in front of either one of them at this time, so I wouldn't know where they are in their phase of life. But at one time, when I met both of them, they were both on their spiritual path. One went kind of pulled away from it, and then the other pulled away from it afterwards. So I don't know where either one of those guys are at this time on their spiritual path. I just know where I am, right? So basically, I think that's what it boils down to. You stay on your spiritual path. You do what you know you need to do, and what is yours will come to you. That's what I'm getting. Now, you'll get a gazillion messages from Spirit, right? But my messages are blurring. It's always been this way with these two. That's why we've had past lives together, all of us. And oftentimes I think to myself, I wonder if they are the twins. I've thought of this many, many times, that these two guys are the twins and I'm the one that's in the middle. I don't know, it's weird. Because one's a meat eater, one's a vegetarian, and I see Jacob and Esau, right? The brothers, that one gave up his birthright for a bowl of stew. So one values, that's basically what it is. Who values you? That's your message. That's my message. Who values you? And I watched it at one time. I watched these people, all of them. And there was another one at the time, a person that I had dated. And the two men, from the first one from the beginning, oh, not the beginning, the one that was, the one in Wisconsin. It was him and this person that I dated, both riding horses in the back field. And the other one wasn't visible. He wasn't there. And the father came into the house and he yelled at the two in the back riding on their horses. And he said, "Where's my daughter?" And the one who I was connected to back in Wisconsin said, she said she was coming back. And the father, and the other one, which was my friend Tony, he didn't answer. He didn't respond because he's out of the whole thing. He said, the one in Wisconsin said, she said she was coming back. And the father was really angry, and he said, "You were supposed to care for her. And now she's gone out into the storm." And there was a storm raging. And of course I went out after who I consider my twin. I went out after him. That's where my heart was pulling me. And the father was angry at, because they were both twins. Which twin is which, right? They are. I've called them both my twin. One's a false twin, one's a true twin. And it's really difficult. I'm saying all of this stuff because there's a lot of people that are in twin soul relationships. And anyone that's not, be grateful that you're not. Because it's nothing that you want to have. Believe me. It's the worst thing that you could possibly hope for. Go for a soulmate. Tony was my soulmate, and that was a wonderful relationship. But a twin soul, oh my God, difficult. Okay, hold on, here we go. Here's our piles. We've got my mother's, how can I do this? I want to get it where it's not so bright. It's weird. Okay, I'll show you over here. It's my mother's ring. My mother gave me this ring years ago. And like 100 years ago, she had a lot of things, and she gave me this ring. And I love it, and I've always worn it. I never took it off since. And she saw it on my finger one time, and she's like, "I want that back. Can I have that back?" And I said, "No, you gave it to me. You gave this to me." And I found one very similar, and I went to buy it. And she goes, "I don't want that one. I want yours." She always wanted what I had. It was weird. Even when I would have presents, she saw this ring, and she wanted this ring. "Can I have that ring?" And I said, "No, this is a special ring for me." So she wanted that ring, and I found another one, and she said, no, I don't want that one, I want yours. I never understood it, and she ended up buying one exactly like mine, just a little bit smaller. I found out later, my friend said it wasn't that she wanted what was yours, she wanted something that held your energy. She wanted something that was yours that she could wear to keep you close to her. So then we have the little, I don't know why it is also washed out, it's bugging me. These are Herkimer diamonds, sorry, which are actually crystals. And this is fire agate on top. This little stopper. My friend Kimmy gave me this, and she gave me those Herkimer diamonds as well, and I got this little jar. This is a stone that Spirit gave me. It is a shaman stone, and I have the matching one for my twin. So there's this little, Herkimer diamonds are major manifestors, amplifiers. So there's this one. Then we've got the friendship, which is interesting because of the Irish, right? The Irish. My friend Mick is Irish, and my friend Randall is Irish, and my twin here, the one here in California, he's, well, I don't even know if he's in California. My first twin, he's my second twin. He is Black Irish, and I don't know if the first twin back in Wisconsin has any Irish in him, but this is a friendship ring, and it's got the heart and it's got the hands joined together. It's called the Claddaugh. And then we have Amethyst. This was on a bracelet of mine that broke, and I love this. And it's got the rose, and it's got the amethyst for healing. I'm at a crossroads. We're all at a crossroads right now, spiritually. See? The crossroads. So those are your piles. We're going to do fire, earth, water, air. Fire, earth, water, air. Interesting that I chose water, and it's the friendship ring. This was an engagement ring. This is what you would give someone as a promise ring. Fire, earth, water, air. I'm going to put you sideways again for a second. Hold on a sec while I, oops, sorry. Fire, earth, water, air. It's getting hot in here. Remember that song? Fire, earth, water, air. When I was in Wisconsin, I came out of my friend Troy's gig, and there was a license plate on a car, and it said first twin. And I was like, wow, that's a trip. But notice how it said first twin, and I didn't know anything about having multiple twins. It's debatable, but it's been brought up that if one twin doesn't come forward and accept his duty, Spirit will allow another to step in. And I find that intriguing. I never thought that, because it's spirit, it's energy, right? It's energetic. But because I dream with both of these people, I dream equally of their lives. It's a trip. One is in his mommy's pocket, and he's fighting that. The other is fighting his connection. And when I got back to California, after I had met my second twin, again, because I've known him 20 years, I came outside after speaking to him. I just texted him something, and there was a license plate here that said, I love you too, twin. And I thought, God. Now you think about Jacob and Esau, right? The firstborn was Esau, which would have been Troy. And the second was Jacob. And one was so hungry for what they wanted that they forfeited their birthright to their younger brother. And it's interesting because the one is, I think, a year or two younger. And so one forfeited. And remember, in the background, when the ones were riding the horses in the back field, where's my daughter? Well, she said she was coming back. So you didn't make any effort. You didn't do anything. You didn't take care of your birthright. And now she's gone out into the storm. And he was worried about me. And what was interesting, I came back and I sat. I was there all of a sudden, and I had come back from being out in the storm. It was raging. And I was sitting in a rocking chair. Think about what a rocking chair. You're waiting, you're rocking, or maybe you're rocking back and forth, right? And I was looking at this ring on my hand. And I looked down at it, and there was a wet leaf covering over top of it. And I peeled the leaf off, and the stone wasn't visible on my hand. It just went down into my skin. So it was like of my skin. It was a part of me. And I looked at the ring and I said, I know who gave me this ring. I know who gave me this ring, and I'm never going to let go. The moonstone. I'm an Aries and a Pisces moon, and my second twin is a Pisces. So I sat in that rocking chair waiting. However, somebody gave their birth right away, but the energies are still there. I'm looking at a marsupial, and to me it looks like it's a wombat. Unlike a kangaroo, it has a rear-facing pouch. Now remember the kangaroo, I just spoke about the one that was in its mommy's pocket. That would have been the kangaroo, kanga. But then there's a wombat, and it has a pouch too, but it's in the rear. So we have to look up, hold on, while you guys are thinking about your choices, I'm going to look up wombat, and we're going to find out why this came up, because we know what about kangaroos. So look at your choices again, you guys, and choose what you want. Could be, you know, these two, whatever. So as a spirit animal, the wombat. It's funny, a wombat looks like a big gopher to me, big fat gopher. So it's about somebody who's been working too much. Long hours. If you've been working too long, you have become an over-compromiser. Isn't that interesting? Sacrificing your boundaries and trivializing your own needs. You're denying what it is that you deserve and what you need, actually. So it's about being comfortable in your own skin. Some people look at wombat and think of them as stubborn, immovable. I remember I told you one of my twins was stubborn, not wanting to admit what was there. So basically it's kind of offering you wisdom to recognize that when we're pushing aside our needs and the courage to dig in when we're met with adversity or things are coming against us. So we might be living in a society that doesn't agree with what, like us, spiritual people, right? They belittle our belief system. So you're living in a group of people like that, right? And you need to set aside time for yourself for what is the word? Play. What's the word? Recreation. For recreation. It's more important than your responsibilities. Now, in the world, you know, in the material world, no, they feel you work, that's your responsibility. Build your empire, build your kingdom, get things steady, right? And I'm telling you about the two different families. The one that's out here in California, well, the family that's out here and the one that's in Wisconsin, there's a vast difference between the two. The one out there in Wisconsin, they know about playing. They know about recreation. They know about relaxing. They work hard too. But there's a balance. Whereas out here, California is very, very focused on getting ahead, right? Materialism. So they wouldn't understand. That family would say, no, you know, we need to dig our heels in. We need to respect what we need. And you need to understand it yourself. And it doesn't matter if you have commitments to your work, to your family, to your studies, to whatever it is that you're committed to your church. If you're unable to take time out regularly for yourself without feeling guilty, like maybe your family expects you to take care of somebody else in the family. You're the one that makes the money. You're the one that's got the ability to do so. And it's your responsibility. No, it doesn't mean it's your responsibility. We're all adults. We all have a path. That makes you become the enabler. So if you're struggling to say no to others and you're giving overtime hours, you forget to eat, you start not paying attention to your own needs. Like this morning, my landlord's like, he's up at 5 o'clock because Prince wants outside, the cat. And I said, you've trained him to do that and you need to stop that because I want to take Prince back. I want him home. And he says I can have him back if I can figure out how to get these cats together. And I said, you're letting him out at 4 o'clock in the morning. He's going to ruin him for me because I'm not going to be doing that. I'm up at night with my dreams. I was up all night last night, and so he's up at the crack of dawn and he's at my door saying, hey, can I come in because I got to move this or move that? And I'm like, damn, I chose to allow myself to stay in bed and work from my bed. I was working this morning early, but I was in bed. I was relaxed. my body was pushed too far. I'm learning. I don't care that you're up since 4 o'clock this morning. That's your problem. You train that cat to do that, not me. My cats, they know bloody better. They start bugging me, they get set outside or put into another room. I'm taking care of myself because I wasn't taking care of myself before. So a lot of us are pushing ourselves, and especially spiritual people. We have especially since this is my work, right? I do this for a work and this is my path. So there's a lot of spiritual people that go to 9-to-5 jobs, trying to find time for what's important, right? You've got to work, you've got to earn your living, you've got your boss, has a deadline, but you also have a spiritual life that you have to take care of, and you also need to have recreation. It's difficult to find the time for everything, but we have to. It's not for them to decide. And if you think, oh, well, you're lying in bed, you don't know what I'm doing, and I don't have to answer to you. I'm not lazy. I'm very, very busy. My body is telling me to slow down. So you need to pay attention. If you're this person that's having a difficult time and struggling, forgetting to eat, I do that a lot. I forget to eat. Oh my God, it's like 4 in the afternoon, I've not eaten, because I do my readings first, right? I'm half an hour into this reading. I'm doing this reading. I haven't had any breakfast. I haven't even drank my chia water yet. All I've done was clean up my room, make my bed, feed my cats. My cats get fed right away. Now think about that. My cats get fed right away. And so do you guys. I do my spiritual work before I start my physical work, like as far as my earning my money work. I feed my fish, my cats, and you guys. All I did was get dressed, make my bed, and do all of that. And I haven't even started my own work. And forget my own food, right? Here's my chia water. So hold on a sec. Every morning I have this pure raw organic apple cider vinegar, chia seeds, trace minerals, lemon, ground fresh lemon, the entire frozen lemon, and then I take all my vitamins. I eat this. This is what I'm eating for the next couple of hours. It gives me enough. As a vegetarian, I've got to get it. It's got omega fatty acids. I'm saying all this because you guys need this. The grated lemon, and hold on, we're going to do it right now because I forgot that, as I told you guys that. This is really, really important. This will kill cancer. It will. This is amazing. You look it up. I know I've spoken about it before, but you guys need to look at it. This is what it looks like. I do several lemons because it takes a long time. Freeze them all together and grate them like that. And then this is what I put in my water. It tastes good, but it's not just about that. It's about all of and it's the rind, it's everything. Because most of the benefits that you get from the lemon are not from what you guys normally have in your lemon juice. It's from the white and the rind. And when you shred it all together like this, when it's frozen, you have a frozen lemon and you shred it like this. It blends it together so much that you don't taste the bitterness. Think about that. Pills. I take it down like a pill to swallow. Sometimes the things that I'm saying people don't want to hear. But when it's blended together with all of the other positive things, it's easier to take, right? Same message. So hold on. I needed that. Because I needed to know that while I'm trying to multitask and do all these things, I have to take care of my body, which means you guys have to wait. However, you're learning from this too. So take it down like a pill to swallow. That song is basically called Mr. Know-It-All. You think you know it all? No, I don't. I'm just going with it. So sometimes when we forget our own personal needs, I'll let you guys continue to look it down here. I don't know what to get you to look at. I guess you can look outside. Maybe that's prettier. Sometimes we forget our own needs, but then sometimes we actually push consciously our own needs away. Sometimes we push our own soul's needs away. We know what we need to do. We know what's required, but we consciously choose to push it away. Maybe we feel it's not as important, or it's stupid. Like, oh, that's dumb, that's silly. I don't need to go into meditation every day for 15 minutes. Yeah, you do. And Wombat is basically saying, we will not tolerate this madness. That is madness. And the Wombat is spoken of as a woman. Isn't that funny? Because it's mothering you. It's also the goddess energy, which is about self-care. And this is just all coming to me. This is not written anywhere. It just makes sense. Think about it. If you call the Wombat a woman, that would be the goddess energy, the nurturing energy. And we all have this within us. And this is about taking care of yourself, taking care of your needs properly. So she's going to plant her fat little ass in the middle of your road, and she's not going to budge. No matter how busy you are, she's going to trip you. And if you don't listen, you're going to be met again with more of these little blocks along the way, because what happens is you're going to have a heart attack. You're going to start getting angina. Your heart's going to tense. You're going to get your shoulder's going to be thrown out. Your neck. You're going to get a pinched nerve. You're going to get, like with me, if I'm supposed to stop and I don't listen to spirit, they will shut down my work line. It will stop ringing. And my landlord's noticed that now. He starts to pay attention to me. He's like, you know, he pushes himself. He works. His property is huge. And he's constantly trying to take care of it. You know, he wants to sell it because it's driving him crazy because there's so much work required. He works at home, he works for himself, and he's very, very busy. But he'll start bitching and saying to me, you know, the phone's not ringing, and, you know, I'm not, and I said, then stop working. It's not ringing because you're supposed to relax. He was pushing himself, almost killed himself, gave himself a heart attack. It's 100 degrees out there. Stop, like I said in the reading you guys saw yesterday. Stop. He's pushing the wheelbarrow of sand up and down the hill. You're going to give yourself a heart attack. You need to stop. He was out in the sun, painting all the fence, all the walls, and I said, your face is sunburned. He goes, no, it's fine. I said, no, it's not fine. It's not fine. You're 60-something, and you're going to get, in these late 60s, you're going to get skin cancer. No, I'm fine. Goes to the doctor. What is there? 3 precancerous marks. I said, will you now listen to me and put your straw hat on? So now he's out there wearing, that's why I said the other day, you're wearing your straw hat. He listens to me because he knows. It's wisdom. So this is what Wombat's going to say. Sometimes you might think we're bossy. Sometimes you might think your wife is bossy, your girlfriend, or your mother. But maybe we boss you around because we love you. Right? Think about that. Think about your parents. Think about your friends. If somebody feels like they're bossing you around, pay attention to what they're saying. Maybe you need to listen. Spirit wants you to become present right now and stop barging through life. Because you may win the battle, but you're going to lose the war. So relax, spend some time alone with your authentic self, not with the self that you are projecting to everyone else or what everyone else expects of you. And if your needs are not being met, take a look at what the needs are that are not being met. Is your laundry not been done? I know you guys, it's always going to come to cleanliness with me. It always will. Do you have, you know, does your floor need to be washed? Are things dusty? Do you have to clean your fish tank? What needs, do you need to brush your cat? Think about it. Those are your needs too. And for your own personal self. When's the last time you spent some time in meditation? When's the last time you went on a power walk? It's bloody hot. Well, you know what? I'm joining a gym again. In the weather like this, I have to join a gym because I have to do my work. I've been using my arm weights. My arms are stinging from my arm weights. We have a gym downstairs. I'll use that too. But you have to continually use your exercise, take in your proper food. I've been thinking about Sedona. I've been thinking about Wisconsin. I've been thinking about the giant sequoias. I've been thinking about Boulder Creek, because these are all of my places that I've gone on my quests, which are my retreats. A healthy world, Sedona, right? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. What happens when the doctor's wife eats the apple every day? I saw that yesterday. So, when's the last time you went on a retreat? Even just for the weekend. These are not luxuries. These are necessities. So Spirit wants you to schedule non-negotiable playtime. Bury your feet in something. Instead of burying your head in your work, or your mind in your work, or your hands in your work, bury your feet in the sand. Bury your feet in the water. Say no. When people are asking and you feel like you're overburdened, say no. You can't overcommit yourself. They're giving you, I told you a while back that my mother was very studied, very well learned. She was a kinesiologist. She was a brain gym therapist. She studied a lot of metaphysical healing modalities, and she went and studied in London with Dr. Bach, the Bach flower remedies, and I'm really big on that. Rescue remedy is amazing. You can give it to your cats, you can give it to your kids, you can take it yourself. If you're feeling stressed out, get some rescue remedy. It's a Bach flower remedy, rescue remedy. You can get it in, I got it at Trader Joe's and I got it in Sedona too, at a health food store, at the Healthy Way, I think. Healthy Way is Wisconsin, but they have it there too. It's in a fizzy form, and I could drop it in my water and it tasted like orange, but it was the rescue remedy. You can get it in cream. But the flower remedies right now are coming up. And in the Bach flower remedies, in order to help you, if you're somebody who overcommits yourself, wild rose or century Bach flower essences, use those. You can drop them in your water My mom and I, we would just drop them underneath our tongue, because right underneath your tongue is where the veins are quite large and they take it in. All right, so now at 39 minutes and 47 seconds in, we go to our first message, Loyal Guardian. Now here we go. I'm thinking about this. This makes me laugh. You may think that you're being bullied. You may think that you're being bossed around, right? Good Dog Carl was there to take care of the baby. Good Dog Carl is a loyal protector. If you guys know the book, Good Dog Carl, I've brought it out before and shown you. He protects the baby. He takes care of the baby. I call my prince my baby. He's my baby. And people, my landlord says, I don't think he's very old. He must be he's less than a year old. And the vet said, no way. He's, this cat's probably 4 years old. Now you think about 4 years old in cat life is a lot older in the human life, right? But I call him my baby. And I said, no, I think he's an adult. And somebody looked at my video the other day of Prince, and they said, he's a king now. So you can be a king. And I said, yeah, but he's still a big baby. He needs to be mothered. He needs to be mothered, not because he can't take care of himself, but because he chooses not to take care of himself. He needs to be loved. He needs to be nurtured because he's not loving himself. He's pushing himself too hard. This is Big Dog Carl. Big Dog Carl is the protector of her. He's saying, what are you talking about? I'm taking care of you. I'm watching you. I am your protector. And she's saying, I know, and I appreciate that, but you know what? You need to love yourself. You need to take care of you. You're pushing yourself too hard. You need to get in the grass and relax. You need to have some self-love. So I'm going to hug you. I'm going to love you right now. And this ring, it's got the rose on it. A rose of friendship, I'm thinking. And this is a mother. My mother gave me this ring. So she's mothering. She's mothering him. He's also mothering her. And that's not bad. And that's not wrong. As a male, a full-grown mailman, that's interesting, mailman, delivering messages. Don't feel that it isn't masculine to have somebody nurture and mother you. Everybody needs that. We all need that loving energy, especially when you're somebody who is not paying attention and doing this for yourself. This is interesting because this is fire signs. So I'm looking at myself. I'm a protector of others, and I nurture, but I need to also make sure, because look at my hair color, that's me, that I'm doing this for myself. Now, for you guys, the number 33, 3 is always talking about ascended masters. And the number 33 says that you have a clear connection with one or more ascended masters. They have heard and answered your call and your prayers. So keep talking to them because they're helping you with the present situation. So in the beginning of this reading, I was talking about, we've got options. There's confusion. Keep talking to them. Talk to your ascended masters. My ascended masters that I work with daily are Metatron, Michael, and Gabriel. And it's funny, Jophiel just jumped in right there. Jophiel is the goddess of nature, but also finances. So she just literally popped into my head, and I haven't thought about her, so I will talk to her. Help me bring in, this is what we could say. Help me bring in, when I am making these calls, since I'm taking so much time out to do my spiritual work, and you're telling me that I need to take time for self-care, when I am on my business line, give me some good long calls. Bring me my private readings. That's how I make my money. Can you please line that up for me? And then I let it go. You let it go. Because we ask what we need, and then Spirit brings it to us. They know what we need. We need to trust in them. So as you look at this one, look how tight she's holding on. She's fiercely loyal. And she's very, very strong. And look at him. He's no slouch. The guy's solid. Right? Very powerful. Right now, Spirit's saying that you have a magical protector around you. You won't see this magical protector. This is energetically around you at this time. Loyal. And your guardian cannot be hurt. This is not only loyal and dedicated and strong, it's fierce. It's fierce because you are being protected like a baby. Maybe you have come out of a situation and you're going into something new. Maybe it's a new project that you're on, a new business. Maybe you are having a reawakening. We're constantly reawakening to another level. So you are like a newborn. Maybe you are the phoenix rising and you've come through something difficult. So right now, this fierce protector is guarding you. I told you I'm putting up a shield of protection around my twin. And I don't say the name anymore. I just say my twin because my spiritual twin knows who it is. Because if there's confusion over which twin is going to step forward, my energy goes to my twin, my spiritual twin, protecting them from any outside forces. So for you, anyone in your life, same thing. We know right now that there are psychic vampires that are trying to mislead people using their psychic gifts to bind and hold people. So I work with that energy. That's energetic. It's not visible. Spirit is there for you doing the same thing. You are like a newborn. If you have been feeling like people have bullied you or picked on you, or you just want to be left alone, you've isolated because I'm done with this. I just want to be away from everyone. I don't want to be around. Maybe you feel it's better to be where no one even sees you. It's better to be ignored, not noticed, than to be mistreated. I'm thinking about my twin, not my twin, I'm thinking about my friend, Mick. And he and Troy play in this band together, right? And Troy's the one with, Mick's is a bass player, and he's funny. I heard about that bass player the other day. Isn't that interesting? He's a bass player and he's very talented, but Troy is incredible at what he does. But he's quite quiet and shy, and he doesn't put himself out there. And Mick started a page with their name, their band, and I said, does he know about this? And he says no, and I said, you should tell him. You should let him know that this is here, because he doesn't like his stuff going out unmastered. And he says, no, that's okay, I'm not going to tell him because, he doesn't want to be noticed. So I'm thinking about this. Maybe you have felt this way, where you want to not, and so I sent Troy them, I showed it to him. I figured he needed to know. He can make that decision himself. Don't let other people make your decisions for you. But sometimes you feel it's better to be ignored, or not noticed, or left alone, than to be noticed and then ridiculed. So Troy has a very different way of singing. I'm giving him as an example, and he's my friend, and I can do that. I'm very loyal to my friends. I'm loyal to the other one as well. He's got a really beautiful way. His guitar is amazing. He rivals Carlos Santana, and I'm not bragging on his behalf. Well, yes, I am, and I can because he does. But he sings differently. He sings under the note. It's a very difficult way to sing, but some people don't like the way it sounds, and so they may have made comments about it. He has a beautiful, natural singing voice that he doesn't use very often. He puts on this, it's funny because I showed Uncle Phil, and Uncle Phil said, I saw one of the songs and it was beautiful, and I said, this is probably the most beautiful version I've heard him sing since I've heard him sing it to me out there. He's singing with his natural voice. I love it. It's light and airy and it's beautiful. And he says, yeah, he is kind of hamming it up on this other one. And his mom was always saying, I don't like it when he does that, right? But he wants to do that because it's a difficult, he wants to master that way of singing. It's difficult to do that. It's unusual. Some people don't like it. And when I first started speaking to him, we were writing back and forth. I said, does your mom like your music? And he said she hates it. And it's funny because now I understand her. I know what she was saying, my Mama Sherry. I get it too. I don't like it when he forces it and he hams it up. I think at times it's nice, but when his natural, authentic voice comes out, it's beautiful. But he may have been not noticed. Now, I'm giving him as an example, and maybe he won't appreciate this. Maybe he will. He should be noticed. He's got a beautiful voice, and he's got beautiful guitar skills. But maybe this is you. You've been bullied. You were vulnerable before. So then you're hiding it. You want to step back into the shadows. You don't want to be seen. Because us, as newborns, when we're being reborn, a reawakening, or have come through a difficult time, that's when we are at our most vulnerable. We're in that transition period, right? It's a huge change in our life when we're being rebirthed. So right now, this is when Spirit knows that they need you, or they need to be around you. You may not want it. You may fight it, just like the wombat. But then Spirit's going to plant their fat little ass down right in front of you and block you again. And we're going to do what you need, whether you like it or not. I'm sure he doesn't like me mothering him, right? He's probably saying, it's none of your business. But I'm his friend. So, until you tell me to stop, I'll do it. And I'm doing it only because Spirit's guiding me to do it. So right now, Spirit's telling you, you can face the changes in front of you. Whatever it is that seems dangerous to you, you can deal with it without becoming overwhelmed, without rushing back to hiding out, or hiding up in the trees or being secret. You don't have to stay on your own. Right now, you need this guidance, you need this protection, and you need a companion like this that's fearless. You need companions who are able to be there to help you refine your gifts, hone your gifts, and make your ability to move forward into this world razor sharp. Knives sharpen knives, right? That's what happens. You use metal to sharpen metal. And that's what's going on right here. So right now, recognize that there are powerful beings watching out for you while you perform your duties, while you do whatever it is that you need to do, while you're regrouping, getting yourself together. And your guide is an equivalent to the strongest watchtower. It's like you've got Archangel Michael with you. You probably do have Archangel Michael with you, because Michael can be with everyone at the same time. And when other people are praying on your behalf, and right now Spirit is telling you, when you're looking at this message, we know that you need this. Other people are praying on your behalf. And so Michael is planted there. And Michael's going to see to it that you're going to have other nosy people planting themselves in your mothering you, telling you, you need to stop, you need to slow down, you need to eat. I do this to my landlord all the time, right? It works out for us in here. He does it to me too. I'll be up here working, and all of a sudden he'll say, dinner break, and I'll turn around and he's got like this little plate of pasta, and I will realize I've been working all day and I didn't eat anything. And he made sure, Spirit made sure that I was fed. And then I do the same to him. Put your straw hat on, put your sunscreen on, stop doing that. You know what, it's too hot. You shouldn't be pushing this wheelbarrow up the hill. And what's interesting is we work well together. We don't fight each other. We just kind of roll with it, right? That's a comfortable friendship. When you are the wombat, when the wombat needs to come forward for you, you are fighting it. You're not allowing this to happen. So right now, this protector is going to growl at you. And they're going to growl and let you know what you need to do and force it to happen. But if anyone comes against you and tries to bully you or is any way a threat to you, any dangers coming towards you, they won't just growl. This Rottweiler's got very sharp claws, but the teeth on a Rottweiler, and do you know that a Rottweiler, when they clamp their jaw down on something, they don't fucking let go. They have meat, they've shown meat hanging from a hook, and a Rottweiler, it's just like a pit bull. The Rottweiler, the pit bull, the Jack Russell Terrier. See, I'm a little girl, right? I'm tiny. But I'm like the Jack Russell Terrier. I bite down on something and I don't fucking let go. That's what happens. They have a lock in their jaw and they literally can't let go. So it's kind of like, I'm sorry, I have to do this. They will let go when you lower them down. They'll let you go when they're back down on the ground. So if they have to protect you, they're going to clamp down. So whoever comes against them needs to be very, very careful. You're energetically being protected. Maybe new people or situations in your life are making you feel threatened. They're making you feel uncertain. They make you feel uncomfortable. What's interesting to me, I'm laughing because my friend, my first twin back there, he's a fire sign. This message, I'm talking about him this whole reading, and it's probably why, because he's a fire sign. So maybe in your life there's things that are uncomfortable, uncertain, and Spirit has recognized that. They've recognized that. So this powerful companion is there. They're at your side. They're going to sniff out the danger before you even see it. And whatever has bullied you or intimidated you before, right now you've got someone on your side who's not going to let you down. Right? Now think about that. Till you drop that pit bull back on the ground, they don't let go. They're not going to let you down. You will not face this situation by yourself. I love that. I love that because I'm a fire sign, which means I have a loyal protector. Flying heart, right? Hearts to the rescue, right? What would love say? What would love do? Positive outcome. We've gotten this message so many times. I got it several times yesterday, so this is beautiful. The sun is about to burst through the clouds, and you will soon see things in a different light. Something that previously seemed hopeless will soon be filled with nothing but hope. Hey! We'd like you to wait on something. We'd like you to wait. Well, the first thing that came to my mind is my quest. We'd like you to wait. Don't go. I don't know what it means for you, but you do. And I'm not going to expound on it. That's your message. We would like you to wait, which is Spirit. Okay, now we've got the Herkimer diamonds with the fire agate in the little genie bottle on the shaman stone. There's a lot going on here. A shaman, I spoke about that this morning in, and I'm going to put my ring back on now that I've finished using that. Thank you very much. One of the videos that I shared, hold on, it's a little tight on my finger. One of the videos that I shared when I was up in Boulder Creek with my friend Randall, I was talking about how I met him, and he's a shaman. I was looking for my skin. I needed something to moisture for my skin because when I was a vegetarian, I did it all wrong and I wasn't eating properly and I needed help. So I went to the homeopathic store there, the natural food store, and I asked for their specialist, and they said, sorry, the specialist just went home. And right then, Randall, I saw him with his straw hat. I'm thinking of him like my friend Pat, like my twin's cousin, whoever this person is, their Huckleberry Finn. Maybe it's showing me that the one out here is like a cousin to me. I don't know. But he had that same straw hat. And people that grow pot farms, they wear those hats. A lot of people that grow cannabis, and that's what Randall does. He's an herbologist, and that's what he does. So, no, I just got a message. It's your cousin who has the farm. Okay, so I saw that guy. He had long hair and a ponytail and naturally gray. He let it all go gray. He had a very young face and this hat, and I thought he looked knowledgeable. So I went over to him and I asked him, do you know anything about this? And he took me over to the chia seeds right away. He's the one who got me hooked on the chia seeds right away. And he told me about palmetto. He told me about all kinds of different herbs. And I said he's a shaman. Now, people get mad at me when they talk about, you're not a shaman, you're not of Indian descent. I am a shaman, I've been appointed. Do you know what a shaman is? A shaman is someone who has self-healed. I am a shaman. So I'm just leaving it at that. Oh, how fun. Yay! Okay, when I see this message, I get really excited because I know what it means. This means there's a trip happening. Ooh, and he said so too. Hi, baby. Yeah? Yeah? He was sleeping and he woke up when I said that. Yeah? Are you hooked on something? Oh, there you go. His toenail's hooked. He's got these long toenails. There we go. He protects me too. When that prince came into my house, he went after him and there were toenails all over the ground because he's got the longest toenails. This is half lion, half tiger. And he's ferocious. He's very gentle, but man, when you mess with him, he protects me. Look at those whiskers. Remember yesterday we were talking about the whiskers? A lot of messages coming to me. When I look at Amulet stone, they're called thunder eggs. What's interesting is this is also called a thunder stone. This is, this, however, is a septarian nodule, and it's a thunderstone as well. And I'm thinking about the song, I Was Lightning Before the Thunder. And it's about somebody who went away, things fell apart, they went away and they did it on their own, and they basically are being reborn. They are now the phoenix rising. So when I look at this, I think of all of these things. However, the amulet stone, you think about what an amulet is. This is an amulet, right? This is a protection. This is an amulet that I wear. This is also, but this more so. This is my amulet. It's a protection that I wear this. Can you guys see it? Am I even showing it? Sorry. Yeah. An amulet is something that keeps you safe. So thunder eggs, I was lightning before the thunder. So you're being protected from the thunder. Whoever the thunder represents in your life. You think of Thor. Ooh, hummingbird, I will accomplish what might seem impossible to myself and others. I've got to change the water. He didn't drink. Are you going to drink? Are you going to drink? Please drink from it. I just changed it a little while ago. Nope. Okay, I've got to change the water. It's a message. See, that's how Spirit talks to me. If that little guy didn't drink from it, I need to change the water. Now, change the water is also emotions, the way you're speaking. You need to change the water. So we're changing things up. And I'm getting that message right now from my twin. He's saying, change the water. This is now switching. Whose sign is this? I wouldn't be surprised if this is Earth. Hold on, I gotta put my glasses back on. I was just cleaning them. It is. It's Earth. I feel like my twin has got Earth in his chart. He's saying, change the water. Get out of that old water. I'm getting that message. My friend Troy. Okay. Amulet stones are talking about a trip. And when I say it that way, it's not a negative trip. It's not like, oh my God, because I heard in my dreams last night, somebody was watching my reading back, and they were talking to me, and they were, remember I was talking about how you think that eating these mushrooms, these magic mushrooms, are good for you. You're reaching a state of higher knowledge, you think, but right now Spirit wants you to be clean and sober. So in my dream, I was being shown these mushrooms, and but my friend was telling me there's something better. You need something better. And the person said, okay, I won't eat them. So they were listening. It was awesome. I liked that. Now, the friend that I told you was kissing me in my dream yesterday, the one that I was shown, is a blues player, right? Someone singing the blues. What's really interesting, I have to share this with you guys. The blues player, I've never kissed him, and he's just being used to show me this person singing the blues. He's somebody that's into the bass, right? Thinking about that. And he actually goes mushroom hunting. That guy. See the mirrors all around? And then yesterday, up on Instagram popped up somebody popped a comment up, and so it came up on my feed, and I looked at it, and it was him, and the person said, "You are the dream master." And I thought, oh my God, see, you were in my dream. I laughed. The mirrors. But it was talking about, no, he eats mushrooms. He goes mushroom hunting and he picks mushrooms, right? But no, we're not talking magic mushrooms. This is about going on a trip. So the amulet stone is going to keep you safe when you go on a trip. They're telling you that travel plans are soon on the horizon. And I say, yay! Because remember what we just got? I wanted to go. Remember I said I want to go on a quest. And Spirit said, we'd like you to wait. That was my message. And what's coming now is you're soon going to go on a trip. Yay! And while you're gone, this is what is going to protect you. This amulet stone, the energy of these amulet stones. Aren't they beautiful? There's a place in, my girlfriend lives there, or lived there. Big sky country, Montana. There's a lake that is filled with stones like these. I want to see it. It's on my list, right? So what they're showing you is right now, there's going to be an unexpected opportunity that's going to come up. And it's going to see you getting ready to go on a trip. Yay! Spirit told me that I had an opportunity coming up, and I've been wanting to go so bad. And it's somewhere far away. Far away. It's not close. Remember I said we could go on a retreat, even just for the weekend? But this is somewhere far away. So the amulet stone is going to give you protection. And they're going to guide you while you're on your trip. I've done this before when I've gone on my quests. I've got into my car, and because people say to me, I've asked my client, or my Facebook page or my spiritual page, what is it that you guys want me to talk about? And I've been told, we want to hear about your guides. And I said, well, I don't really have any specific guides that I know of at the time. I wasn't, and I said, well, what I'll do is I'll talk to them tonight, whoever is on my spiritual team, and I'll tell them I want them to make themselves known. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into my car, and I don't know where I'm going to go. As soon as I get into my car, I'm going to allow the songs on the radio or the signs on the road, they're going to show me, or whatever messages come to me, I'm going to allow them to tell me where I'm supposed to go. What? Do you need any help? Oh. What is he having? Egg salad?
Yeah.
See? He brings up food for this is Uncle Pat. He brings up foods for the cats, too. He loves eggs. That means I need eggs, too. I thought about that.
I got plenty.
So I got into my car, and halfway down the road, Pat, my landlord, who just came in, texted me, because I was trying to make my mind up about where I was going to go. I was going to go to Big Bear, or I was going to go to the big, up to the coast of California, right, up to Big Sur. However, the road to the Big Sur was closed the way I wanted to go, so I'd have to do a jig jog. Or I was going to go to Santa Cruz. I wasn't sure where I was going to go. And I think one was the Big Basin Forest, too, in the Sequoias. So I got into my car, and my landlord said, well, you're going to want to take whatever freeway so that you can avoid the LA traffic. And I said, what are you talking about? And he says, well, in order to get to, and then he named the place. So that was my first sign, and that's where I headed. The first time I went on my quest, I got into my car, didn't know where I was going to go. I just knew that Big Bear was my destination. Not Big Bear, I'm sorry. Why is Big Bear? They keep telling me about Big Bear. I saw a bear this morning, and I said it was a big bear. And I keep not going to Big Bear. A friend of mine just moved back from Big Bear. He was a hippie, played in a music band. He said it was very isolated. He just moved back from there. And my mind's been on Big Bear a lot. I feel like my twin has been living in Big Bear. But I got into my car, and I knew that Big Sur was my destination. And when I got into my car, I didn't know how long I would be gone. My plan was, I think it was like 5 days was my plan. It ended up being a 9-day trip, because I stopped everywhere I got a message and a sign, and it was the most incredible. It was my first quest, and it was amazing, this spiritual quest that I went on. I stayed with my friend Jack in Long Beach for 2 days. I went down, went to the aquarium, found all kinds of amazing things there, left there, went to Topanga Canyon, went to the Self-Realization Center up there, spent 2 nights in Topanga Canyon in my car on the night of the full moon. I couldn't leave. It was amazing. Found that I was guided by people everywhere I went. Found the labyrinth, went up to the labyrinth. Everywhere I was guided to go, I listened to my guides. So this is what will happen with the amulet stone. When you go on your quest or this trip or whatever you're going, you're going to be getting guidance like that. So you need to pay attention to your intuition. This is about integrating your physical life and your spiritual life, as well as your business life and your personal life. So it's all going to be mixed in, just like mine was. This is my work life, right? This is my spiritual life. This is my physical life. So all of these things are going to come into play from this opportunity that's going to be coming up. This is really exciting. I'm excited about this. I don't think I have Earth in my chart. But you know what? I wanted to talk to you guys about this as well. Just because I say, you know, fire, earth, water, wind, or whatever, or air, whatever I chose, right? I only do that because I've been asked to do that for certain people that want to have the readings done this way. I'm not doing it this way. I do pay attention, special attention to the ones that my sign lands on, because that is a special message to me, but I listen to all of the messages. Also, other people will choose 2 or 3 or 1 and 2, you know what I mean? And also, you don't have to be a fire sign to have that message apply to you. You don't have to be an earth sign to have that message apply to you. You may be taking on the qualities of that sign. So a fire sign is somebody who's, you know, determined, aggressive, forward-moving, fiery energy, self-propelled, you know, independent, strong. That energy is what you're taking on at that time. An earth sign is steady, nose to the grindstone, a hard worker, loyal, dependable, grounded, earthly, you know, to the earth. I have that all in. We have all of these in us. So don't think that just because this is an earth sign, this sign doesn't apply to you. I'm taking this really loud because I've already been shown this. So Spirit's telling you right now, they just want you to keep your mind and heart open. Mine is blown open for this. I'm like, damn straight I want this. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm an Aries with the dragon. And you know what's interesting? That's funny that I just said that. In the American zodiac, I am an Aries. In the Chinese zodiac, I am a dragon. But you know what kind of dragon I am? I'm a wood dragon. So this is my message. I like that. And your message and our message, yay! I got this yesterday, and this is a beautiful message. Precious gift. Friendship, family, and love are precious gifts. Do not lose sight of what is most important. Our friends and our family, they are gifts. And love. If somebody is gifting you with something, with love, that is one of the most precious. I keep hearing the word precious over and over and over. I'm thinking of Smeagol and he looking for his precious. My precious, my precious. I want my precious. Give me my precious. Remember that? The ring, the gold ring. I'm going for the gold ring. People say I'm reaching for the brass ring. We're not. We're reaching for the gold ring. Give me my precious. Give me my gold ring. What is it that's precious to you? Don't lose sight of it. And it's not material things. Family, friend, and love, they are the most precious gifts. If someone is gifting you this, respect that. You make the move. We got this yesterday. You make the move. How many times do you have to be told that you need to make the move? Now, maybe you need to make a move. I've been talking about Wisconsin a lot. I said to my landlord yesterday, I miss it. And he goes, why don't you move back? And I said, you know, if it didn't have 3 months of winter too long, I would not hesitate. In a heartbeat, I would have gone. And yesterday I heard, you need to go home. You are missing home. You have left a place that you shouldn't have left. You are feeling that you shouldn't have left this place, that you made a mistake, that you want to go home. And I thought to myself, no, I didn't make a mistake. Spirit guided me to leave. They told me to go to Sedona. I went there. I knew I was meant to go. Everywhere I've been, I was meant to go. But there were other voices that were saying, you want to go home. You need to go home. You miss it there. You made a mistake. No, I didn't. So now I know that that guidance was not correct. I do love Wisconsin. I love it very much. I love my family, my soul family. They are precious gifts, family, friends. I love them. My friend Troy, he's still a friend. I care about him, right? I didn't make a mistake leaving there. I was meant to move forward. When I got to Sedona, guess who contacted me? My twin. So I didn't make a mistake. So pay attention to the voices that you hear and the information. And also, if you hear from me, that's why I'm not telling you that this is for you and this is your sign as an earth sign. This is all of us and whoever it applies to. Be very careful that you don't listen to oracle card readers or tarot readers and plan your life according to what they tell you.
They may tell you something that is not appropriate for you. Yeah, but it sounds like my life, and it is an Aries, and that's me. Yeah, but you know what? Like I said, there's a lot of mirrors going on. I've got a twin back there, and I've got a twin here. One is not the one I'm meant to be with. Just like the soulmate. One is a soulmate, one is a twin, right? Just like, I love Wisconsin, but am I meant to live there? I don't know. You know? Be very careful that you don't take verbatim what another voice is saying to you. Remember, we have psychic manipulators going on right now. What we want to do is we want to tap into our highest self, to our guides. Yes, that can be, I use it for confirmation. The other readers, I don't use it for information. I use it for confirmation. My messages come from within and from my animal messengers and from what I get in my dreams. Now, when it lines up, good, that's confirmation. But it can become an addiction. You have to be very careful about that. Even what we're doing here. That's why I like oracle card reading. It's more spiritual, and it's like knowledge and information, than a tarot card, which is predicting and telling you this is going to happen. We make our choices. I could choose to go back to Wisconsin, and my whole life would change if I made that choice. There's an opportunity coming that I can go on, or I can choose not to take that opportunity. Spirit is advising you to make the move. Make the move, right? But that's your choice. We have a choice to make. Don't listen to other people's voices talking. They aren't familiar with what your soul contract was and what you agreed to do when you came here. We're already at 1 hour and 10 minutes. We're now going on to... This is interesting. What are we going on to? Hold on a second. This is interesting. We did... I've got a little confusion happening because I thought we already did this one. Did we not? No, we didn't. So now we have this, the Shaman Stone. We did do this, didn't we? I put my mother's ring on. Oh, we're at the friendship ring. I'm sorry. See? I gotta be careful here. So we're at water signs. This is the friendship ring. Friendship, love. I'm gonna look this up. The meaning of the Claddaugh. I'm pretty certain that I know what it is. I thought it was used as an engagement ring, but it's used for a lot of things. It is the Irish ring, and I told you my twin's got black Irish in him, right? And I told you the other one has a friend that's Irish, but my twin has got black Irish in his nationality. And I am Celtic, I am Welsh, so it aligns with my Celtic energy. So, meaning of the Claddaugh ring, meaning. I know that it's about engagement. How to wear a Claddaugh, okay? So why would you wear a Claddaugh ring? And I don't know if I'm saying it right. It comes from Galway, the Galway girl. I think about the song, I Met a Galway Girl. It's Ed Sheeran. There's a message in that too. I know these readings are long, but you guys are going to appreciate this because, and I'm not going to apologize anymore. I used to. But there's messages that are coming from Spirit. Galway Girl. Sorry, I've spelled it wrong. Galway Girl lyrics. Okay, hold on. There's a message for this. She played the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and he took her by the hand. Said, "Baby, I just want to dance." I met her on a Grafton Street, right outside of the bar. You know what's interesting? I start to sing with an Irish accent when I do this. She shared a cigarette with me while her brother played the guitar. She asked me, "What does it mean, the Gaelic link on your arm?" Said it was one of my friend's songs, "Do you want to drink on?" She took Jamie as a chaser, Jack for the fun. She got Arthur on the table with Johnny riding a shotgun. Chatted some more, one more drink at the bar, then put Van on the jukebox, got up to dance. You know, she played with the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck, then took her by the hand, said, "Baby, I just want to dance." You know, she beat me at darts, and then she beat me at pool, and then she kissed me like there was nobody else in the room. As last orders were called, was when she stood on the stool after dancing to Callie, singing to Callie. Callie is the goddess of endings. Callie, we call in Callie. See, I knew this was going to be it's spelled differently, but there's a message in this. Callie is the goddess of destruction. She, after dancing, now listen to what she did. She beat him in pool. She beat him in darts. Then she kissed him like nobody in the room. And I'm thinking about the protector. Right? You may not like the fact that maybe she's better at something than you are. Do you find that threatening? Don't find that threatening, because that should be something. This one kissed him like nobody was watching. So it's I've had this before. I'm getting huge chills again on my legs. Huge chills on my legs to prove this. My ex was threatened by everything that I was able to do. It made him feel less than a man because I was capable. And my father said, why do you look at it that way? Why can you not see that that is of benefit to you? This is for you. You guys are a team, but he could never see that. He needed to be the leader. He needed to be the top dog. So this one, she beat him at darts. She beat him at pool, and then she kissed him like no one was watching. And then she called in. She danced to Callie, calling in the ending of something. When we call in Callie, we are asking for something to end. We know that something is no longer in our highest good. Callie is the goddess of destruction. And when Callie comes forward, you have asked for something to end. You have asked for it. You who are getting this message. Are you able to dance the dance of Callie? Listen to the messages. Allow to fall away what's meant to fall away. Wear the skulls proudly around your neck like a necklace. Are you able to dance the dance? Because she was. And then she took him by the hand and she said, baby, I just want to dance. Dance means moving in harmony. So she fell in love with somebody from her own group of people. Right? No, she didn't. She played in a fiddle with those people, but she fell in love with somebody from a different culture. It's just like me. I hung out with my soul family in Wisconsin, right? That's my soul family. I sang, I played, but I fell in love with my twin, and he's not a part of them. So now we've outstayed our welcome, and it's closing time, and I was holding her hand, and her hand was holding mine. Our coats both smelled of smoke, whiskey, and wine, and we filled up our lungs with the cold night air. I walked her home, and she took me inside to finish some Doritos and another bottle of wine. Think about that. I think that's funny. Doritos and a bottle of wine. You wouldn't think they go together, would you? Right? And that's exactly what we're talking about. One comes from a higher society, one comes from a different society. You may come from two different walks of life. You may look at them and say, they don't go together, but they tasted pretty damn good going down, right? Maybe not to you, they didn't go together, but for them, Doritos and wine worked. I swear I'm going to put you in a song that I write about a Galway girl and a perfect night. So that came up for a reason. Now, what's interesting is both of my twins play in bands. One's a singer, one plays the guitar, one plays the drums, and one plays the guitar. They both sing. Actually, the other one plays the drums too. So mirrors, 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 right? So the Claddaugh, it comes from Galway. What's so awesome about this is Galway is a very humble fishing village. But it's now one of the most recognizable piece of jewelry. Comes from a very humble place. It's all about love, loyalty, and friendship. The two hands, they represent the friendship. The heart symbolizes love, and the crown is for loyalty. Remember I talked about yesterday, the blue, how the blue bloods, the fleur-de-lis, remember? One comes from a family. Remember the song? I ain't got no family tree, but I'm the one who loved you, baby, can't you see? Depending again on how you feel about the family tree. Is it the family? Is it the soul family? Is it somebody in name? Is it from an elite family? It's all in how you look at it. There's mirrors all the way around. It's like a fun house. And the fleur-de-lis is talking about royalty. And the crown is talking about the same, royalty and loyalty. So it can be worn on different fingers or different hands depending on your status. I wear mine on my right hand. It fits this hand, my right hand, on my ring finger. So the two hands are the friendship. The heart is the love. The crown, loyalty and fidelity. So I would be curious as to know which fingers, how to wear the Claddaugh. If you're single, you wear the Claddaugh on your right hand, on your ring finger, with the hearts facing outwards. Okay, that's where I wear mine because I am single. If you were in a relationship, you wear it on your right hand with the heart pointing inwards, right? Point of the heart. If you're engaged, you wear it on your left hand with the heart pointing outwards. And once married, you wear it on your left hand facing inwards. As you can see, I don't wear anything on this hand. I'm not engaged. I'm not in a relationship. I'm in a spiritual relationship. So to me, I'm pointing it inward. I'm now making a physical choice. This is a choice that I make. I will point my finger. The heart is now going in. Oh wait, I pointed it out. Why did I do that? Wow, because it's up in the air. That's interesting. It's on. My choice was to put it with the heart facing in. Hold on a second. It is. And you know what's interesting about this ring? Check it out. One faces out, one faces in. Why? Because no one stepped forward yet. So, tradition. It's handed from mother to daughter through the families. They were of the few valuable possessions when they came across into the new world. And I think about rebirth in a new world. We're talking about the goddess energy taking over this world, right? And I'm looking at this, how my mother flanks me on both sides. This is my mother's ring. This was my mother's ring. And I'm in the middle. My mother protected. The spirit I'm being protected. I love that. But when they made the long journey overseas, now remember the first message was about, the message we got the last was about travel, right? This is what they wore for protection overseas. They kept these as heirlooms. And sometimes this was the only thing that the family had in their savings. And it was given as their daughter's dowry and their daughter's inheritance. This was given to you as your inheritance. My friend Jack is Irish. I think about my friend Jack a lot. He wrote to me a little while ago. I wonder if he's coming back into my life. He just wrote to me. In religion, you might, you think about Christianity and you think of Irish. They're very religious there. So there is a religious meaning. It's linked to God, Jesus and the Holy Ghost, so the Holy Trinity. And the left hand of the ring represents Jesus, the right hand represents the Holy Ghost, and the crown represents God. It's about, I'm also thinking, this is a spinner ring. I do this all the time. I spin my ring all the time. It's a spinner ring. There's a reason for that. Things are spinning right now. Things are moving. Things are movable. And I'm looking right this on my computer. Look at what's going on. It's spinning. So when you think about that, that means it's buffering. So weddings, engagements, or it's your own thing. For me, it was friendship. Do you know when I got this ring? I got this ring when I knew my friend Jack. To me, it meant friendship. It was a memory. It was a beautiful memory because he was the one who came into my life. He was the one who awakened me originally, was my friend Jack. And so I hold this ring. It's important to me. I bought it. It wasn't given to me by him. I don't have jewelry from other people. I bought it. So there's meaning to all of this for all of you. And right now, there's a need to heal from a broken heart. I'm looking at my hair color again, the stripes. You see green. Green is healing. Green is love. And this heart's got a couple band-aids on it. So that's what's going on right now. Who are we speaking with? We're speaking with, where did it go? Why did I put it away? Isn't that interesting? Why did I put that away? There's a reason I moved that. I moved the shaman stone and the Herkimer diamonds. This didn't want to be here while I was talking about that. I have to think about that. I always say that. It makes me laugh. Gone with the Wind was my favorite movie growing up, and Scarlett always said that. I'm not going to think about that right now. I'll think about that tomorrow in Tara. I'll have to think about that. I said I think that is funny because I don't think that hasn't actually come to my mind. But I say that all the time. I'll have to think about that. So in my higher self, it'll come back to me. Spirit will tell me, and then I'll share it with you the way I do when I remember things. So she's come forward, this little fairy, to help you. She feels your pain. She recognizes that your heart is hurting. And who are you again? Fire, earth, water. Water signs. She knows your heart's hurting. And right now it's time for you to receive the little kindnesses in your life. Why did my phone flash right when that happened? Why is my phone flashing? You want to allow yourself to be treated gently. And you need to treat yourself gently because you've been hurt and your heart feels bruised. You might be an unrequited love. It might be a lover's quarrel. It might be a breakup. It might be a family problem. It might be that you were on an adventure and it went bad. And so Spirit's here to help you heal. And they're not going to allow your heart to bleed. They're covering it up. They're putting a patch on it. They're going to staunch that flow of blood. They're going to protect you. And they want you to send healing, loving energy to your own heart so that it can rest easy. And soon when you allow this to happen, you'll feel that energy coming back to you. But when you have a heartache, it's important that you do take your time and you do remove yourself from what should, all the shoulds, like what the wombat was saying. I should be doing this. I need to do that. No, you don't. Right now, you need to care for yourself. You need to snuggle on the couch. You need to listen to your favorite songs. You need to watch Gone with the Wind or The Birdcage or whatever it is that you love to listen to with your favorite blanket, with your favorite tea or whatever it is that comforts you. With your chocolate. Chocolate makes me feel better. This is not the time to be around negative people. This is not the time to be around people that don't understand. It's okay for you to cry. It's not for somebody to tell you, get over it. What if you had a pet that died? What if you have post-traumatic stress and you had a dog that was like your service dog and it died? What if you had to move and you had to leave that dog? What if that was your best friend and you had to leave your best friend? All of these things. What if this is a parent that's gone into spirit? What if you've had to move? Like I moved to Wisconsin. I got to tell you, when I moved to Wisconsin, I didn't know I was moving. I left on a trip and I never came back. It broke my heart. I knew I had to stay there, but I missed my friends, I missed my dog, I missed my cat, I missed my family, I missed everything. And yet my whole soul family was found there, right? That whole town opened their arms up to me and I was taken in as one of them. But I did miss deeply. I cried. And then when I went to Wisconsin, to Sedona from Wisconsin, I did the same. I didn't know anybody there but my friend Joseph Whitewolf, and then he disappeared. And I was totally isolated. I cried and I cried and I cried, and then my twin found me. Thank God he found me. And then my soulmate came. I asked for a soulmate and he came. He was my friend. And that's the point. A lot of times we confuse that. I asked for a soulmate and my soulmate came, but that's all he was my soulmate. It's like I went on my quest. I didn't want to go alone. I was so tired of going alone. So I asked for a soulmate and my friend Randall showed up. But that's what he was, a soulmate, a friend. It wasn't a heart connection. It was a soulmate. You have to remember these things. But still, when we leave them, when I left there, I missed John. I cried. And now I'm back here and I miss everybody. And when I leave here, I'll miss my friend Pat, my landlord. I'll really miss Prince if I can't take him with me. Everywhere we go, when we leave, it's heartache. And we have to allow ourselves to feel this way. We don't want to feel bitter. We don't want to guard our heart. We always want to keep our heart open. But we definitely have to make sure that this is a time of softness and gentleness. So feel the spiritual energy around you to lift away the pain, whatever it is, until all you remember is the sweetness. My Uncle Phil posted a picture this morning. It's funny because he got to it before I saw it. It was in my memory feed, right? That was coming back from a what is this, 2 years ago. I was leaving. My best friend took this picture. It was raining that day. And I said, every time I leave, it rains. It makes it easier for me to leave. Every time I left Sedona, it would be cloudy. And I had my guitar. I was bringing my guitar home. I had left it there for 5 years. It was time for me to bring it home. And I had that picture. But Uncle Phil posted, these are all the pictures from Randall and all of the videos. You guys need to go look at these. They're really cool from the quest that Spirit sent me on my last quest up there. I had readings I shared. The readings are awesome. Sorry, I just want to show you. There's my baby girl. Forgive easily and kiss slowly, like that. Come on, where's it at? I didn't realize, sorry, there it is. So Uncle Phil saw that and he said, always, still my favorite. Still one of my faves. And my friend David Woods, who's back there, me too, Phil. And these are my, oh, rock on. This is my soul family. And I saw that and it made me sad. And my response, what was my response? I said, me too, oh my God, I'm so homesick right now. Right? Homesick. So you could be homesick. It could be that. Allow yourself to feel this energy. You can't stuff your feelings and make them go away. I may not be with that person. I may not be going to move back to those places. but I always can visit, and you can always keep things in memory, and it's not wrong. You know, this one didn't want to be here when this was here. But the thing is, you can't, just because you love somebody doesn't mean you can't love other people. You love them differently. That's my family. It's soul family. It's different. A soulmate is different than a love affair of the heart. You know what I mean? A lover and a soulmate. They can be the same, but they also can be very different. So don't be jealous. Oh, I love Archangel Metatron. He keeps coming. Archangel Metatron, I am your link between heaven and earth, between your humanity and your divinity. I am here to help you heal the conflict that exists between your heart and mind. I told you, I call in Metatron all the time to work with my twin. This is his angel. The conflict that exists between your heart and mind. Feel me in your heart and thoughts. Through oneness there is love. Archangel Metatron works with people who have post-traumatic stress. They work with people who are different. He works with people who have attention deficit disorder. They work with people who have autism. They work with us. With us, the weird ones, the wild ones, the different ones. This is Metatron. He is our guy. Freaking love Metatron. He connects to the Native Americans very strongly. I've seen him physically. In my dreams and in the physical. He's literally appeared to me. I love him. So the fact that he is here right now is very much appreciated. I told you I work with him every day. So he is our link between spirit and here. So it's basically talking about, you know, your ego mind feels this, but your soul knows this. So he will help you. What is my heart saying? What is my soul asking for? Please help me define the difference between what my human soul connection here on the earth with these physical people is talking about, and what my soul contract was speaking about, my soul link. Please help me. Because we are all connected. We are all one. Check it out. Big happy changes coming. When big happy changes come, big happy changes refer to a new home, a new car, a new job, a new relationship, a marriage, a child being born. Big happy changes. These are big things, moving to a completely new place. But they're happy. This is freaking awesome. At 1 hour and 31 minutes and 39 seconds in, we go to our Amethyst cluster. Amethyst, the calming, protective, healing energy. I always try to get it to stay on the top there. Ooh, it's doing it this time. Cool. This is the long reading, guys. Okay. Our message. Past lives. Well, you have definitely known each other in a past life. I told you, these two guys, I've had past lives with them, more than one. I've watched it. So you definitely have a past life connection, is what Spirit's showing you at this time. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you have a past life connection. What they're telling you right now is, I would never tell you that as a reader. Oh, you have a past life with this person. It is possible. You have to decide that. You have to understand. What they're telling you is right now, past lives are affecting you. You are being affected by past lives. So, as I said, I went to sleep last night and the night before saying, I break these soul contracts. I do not want a karmic soulmate. A karmic soulmate is somebody that has a lesson with you. You learn the lesson, you move on. I do not want to be tied to a karmic soulmate. I am breaking that karmic tie. That's what I was saying over and over and over in my dreams last night. That is my choice. See, a lot of people say, oh, well, we have a karmic tie. Then you need to cut that karmic tie. Because a karmic tie is not good. You don't want any ties. Look at this connection, this rope. This is connecting me to the power source, right? If you have a karmic soulmate, that's a negative, because they're there to teach you a lesson, but then you need to cut the power, because energetically they are draining you. They will be leeching onto your energy. Remember I said that Pam Leach person still has a hold of you. Yeah, you have a karmic connection to her, whoever she represented, but it's a karmic connection. It is not a heart connection. So in my dream last night, I'm going to bring up what I said this. I was talking about that. I'm hearing in my head, he's batshit crazy and I don't want anything to do with that. But then I watch how it seems to be a combination of batshit crazy and something better. I love that. I think this is funny. My higher self has got a sense of humor. I think that's so funny. Or my twins, whoever I'm listening to, right? I'm watching this. So they could be watching someone else. I'm hearing he's batshit crazy and I don't want anything to do with that. So he's hearing this, hearing me say that, because I was saying, I don't need this kind of crazy, right? But in my dream, there's a combination of, as I was saying that over and over in my head, I don't want this kind of crazy. I don't need this energy. I don't want somebody who's not coming from their spiritual self. I don't want somebody who's malefic, you know, like Maleficent. You know who Maleficent was, right? You know, she was the Wicked Queen. I don't want anybody with that energy. I don't want that energy connected to me. What did I do? I disconnected. I detached. So that's what I was saying. I don't want that energy. But I've always said, you know, my twin and I sang a song to each other. All of me loves all of you. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. We're both crazy. And I said we're both crazy, but only in the best of ways. I've always said that. So in my mind, I'm saying, I don't want this. I'm cutting this karmic tie. I don't want a karmic connection. I want it to be chosen. So what you do is you cut the karmic tie, and if you choose to move forward with this one from your past life, it is a soul contract that you've made, but you make it this choice from your heart, not because it's a karmic tie. I've removed that karmic tie. So I saw my twin with a karmic situation, probably mending from that heartbreak. It hurt this one. That was a karmic soulmate. And it hurts me to know that you are hurting so badly because you love that person so much and it's not me. It was a karmic soulmate. I cut the cords to my karmic soulmate too. It's not easy, but we have to do it. So what am I hearing? He's batshit crazy and I don't want anything to do with that. But then I watch how it seems to be a combination of batshit crazy and something better. And then I hear the song playing in my head. And the song is by Muse. And the song is called I love this song. I freaking love this song. Uprising? Is it called Uprising? Muse. I'm going to read it to you because it's part of your message. I think it's Uprising. I videotaped myself singing it when I was out hiking in the mountains when I saw the rattlesnake that referred to this person's brother. The paranoia is in bloom. Transmissions will resume. They'll try to push drugs. They keep us dumbed down and hope that we will never see the truth around. Remember I told you that family members that don't understand your spiritual connection have put, remember the song, All My Friends Are Heathens, Take It Slow? Wait for them to tell you what you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know half of the abuse. Here we are, the place of, where loved ones have locked us away. This song, the paranoia, is in bloom because you get paranoid. You might have paranoia schizophrenic. They may call you that. They may have believed that. Or you may have paranoid thoughts in your mind, which happens upon awakening. It does. They keep us dumbed down. They try to push drugs. They do that. Remember I told you my friend that was sent there was not crazy, but they make you take the drugs. They push them on you. You can't. She finally learned how to hide the drug up above her tongue, so she didn't have to swallow it because then she was paranoid. Remember I told you don't take the mushrooms, don't smoke pot right now, don't be drinking. So Spirit wants us clean and sober right now because we can't connect to our higher selves. So the paranoia is in bloom. I'm thinking about bloom. Blooming. Bloom. Okay, so when the pot plant's ready, when it flowers, isn't that when you pick the plant? I don't know. My friend did it. I don't know about it. But anyway, something about being in bloom. They keep us dumbed down. We will never see the truth around. No, you're not going to see the truth when you're dumbed down. When you're taking anything into your body that dumbs your mind down. When they put you in the hospital and they do things, you can't see things clearly. You're going to think that you're hallucinating. You're going to think that you're paranoid because of the drugs they're putting upon you. So another promise, another scene, another package lie to keep us trapped in greed, with all the green belts wrapped around our minds and endless red tape to keep the truth confined. The government does this as well. They will not force us. They will stop degrading us. They will not control us. We will be victorious. This is also about people, religion, family, people that have a different mindset than us. They degrade us. Remember, maybe you feel like you want to hide away because you were belittled, you berated. But these ones are uprising. This is an uprising. We're starting our own revolution. They will not force us. They will stop degrading us. They will not control us because we will be victorious. Interchanging mind control. Come, let the revolution take its toll if you could. Flick a switch and open your third eye. You would see that. We should never be afraid to die. So come on, rise up, take the power back. This is exactly what's going on. I told you, people are using their energetic connections to fuck around with your head. They're trying to dumb you down. Also, when they spray chemicals in the air, chemtrails, that does that. When they put fluoride in the water, it dumbs your third eye. Do not drink fluoridated water. Don't drink water with fluoride in it. It calcifies your third eye. So flick a switch, open your third eye. You would see that we should never be afraid to die. Rise up and take the power back. It's time that the fat cats had a heart attack. You know that. Now I'm thinking about my cat Liger. And I said, it's time. My cat, he's a fat cat. He's, you think about fat cats. They represent people with a lot of money. They're the fat cats. They sit in a high position of authority. I'm thinking somebody's uncle is the fat cat. It's time the fat cats had a heart attack. You know that. It's time, their time is coming to an end. We have to unify and watch for our flag ascend. Now, what it means to you, if they have a heart attack, remember, you're pushing yourself too far, too hard, you're going to have a heart attack. Who is it that's running that company? The uncle that's running that company. It's time that you take their power back, your power back from them. They will not force us. They will stop degrading us. They will not control us. We will be victorious. Right? So that message comes forward. Past lives. We talked about the karmic soulmate. This karmic soulmate doesn't have to be a lover. This karmic soulmate may be your uncle. This karmic soulmate may be your mother, your brother, your dad. I said it hurt me thinking that you love this person so much and you love them more than me. Maybe it was your mom. Maybe it was your uncle. Maybe it was your cousin, your Huckleberry Finn. And you know what? I shouldn't have said that. Because like I just finished saying, we can't love. We don't run out of love. It just hurts me at this time that I love you and you love them more than me. But maybe you don't. Don't be jealous. Don't be hating, right? Message to me. The past life message coming from this is that you're going to have something come to you. It's going to come in a clairvoyant way. Some kind of an emotional issue, whatever it is that's been bothering you, it's being resolved, and it's being resolved during your dreams. Now think about what I saw in my dreams, right? I don't want anything to do with that crazy batshit crazy person. I don't want that in my life. But then in my dream, my higher self was working it out, right? He's batshit crazy. I don't want anything to do with that. But then I watch how it seems to be a combination of batshit crazy and something better. And the song starts to sing Uprising. So maybe that person had gone through this and he's working through it and he will not be controlled. He will not be controlled. That's why I keep him in an amethyst cave. That's why this is here. He will not be controlled. Dark forces will not control him. He's at a crossroads. He's got to make the right choice. It is his choice. But he is under protection right now. And then later in my dream, I hear that Kelly Clarkson song, I Thought You Were the One. You have those hazel eyes, but you won't get to see the tears I cry. And I'm thinking, wow, he was in love with that person. He fell in love with this person. And now he wants to come back here? He's at a crossroads, right? This young, beautiful, perfect person. Now what? I'm supposed to be second best? This is what I've got. This is what's working in my dreams. This is what's going on in my dreams. So for you, going on in your dreams, who is this for? Fire, earth, water, air. I'm a Gemini, right? And it doesn't even matter. We all have these qualities within us. So in your dream state, you're going to have these things happening. You will probably visit past lives. So maybe the person that was batshit crazy in my mind was from a past life, right? Maybe this choice that was made, because I told you, I've seen this happen before, these two. I've dreamed many past lives with these two same people. They keep coming back around again because I always made the wrong choice. I made the wrong choice. I chose someone and I was burned at the stake for being a witch. I wasn't a witch. They called me a witch because of my gifts and I was being burned at the stake. And it happened in this life too. They allowed, and I saw my friend, the one that I thought was my friend, holding the scroll, holding the paperwork. Who was it that was holding the paperwork that sent you to that place? You thought they were your friend. They betrayed you. They burned you at the stake for being a witch. You had a past life with this person, and in this life, you were able to break free from that person. Just like for me, I was traveling with this person I thought was my friend, but in the end, I was being burned at the stake. And I was not angry. No, I was not. I was angry. I was angry as fuck. I wasn't hurt. I didn't feel any pain. The fire was burning all around me. coming up, and all I could feel was anger because I looked and I saw my friend, someone I trusted. I trusted you. And you turned me in. And not only did you turn me in as someone I wasn't, but what I was trying to do, who I was trying to help, you took that scroll. You took that information. I'm telling you, I'm going back to my dream yesterday, my life yesterday. I wrote to my twin. I wrote things that he needed to see. And somebody intercepted and they took it. And it was his friend. That information was important. I also wrote to my friend Troy. And his ex-girlfriend got a hold of it. And rewrote an email and sent it back to me with different words attached to it. People do shit like that. And this is mirrors going on around and around in my life. Because why? In a past life, I made the wrong choice. I was traveling with the one I thought was my twin, and it wasn't. The prince that I was trying to save. You know okay, I'm going to get really emotional. My little cat. I called him Prince. We saved him from a drug house. For many, many lives, I've been trying to save my prince. And somebody who was a friend has gotten in the way, turned me in as a witch, threw me under the bus, and stopped me from saving my prince. And the song is called Two Princes. And I will not make the wrong choice. So in this life, we call upon Archangel Metatron. And we say, Archangel Metatron, you help me make it crystal clear, because I won't let him down this time. Because that person is my twin. That's me. I won't let me down. So what we do is we choose ourself first. You need to love yourself more than you love that other person. That's the only time the twin souls ever come together, is when they finally realize that they love themselves more than their twin. And we stop chasing, and we love ourselves more. And how do you love yourself more? By staying on your spiritual path. You may get an opportunity. I may get a golden opportunity to travel somewhere amazing. But if it takes me away from my path, or if it takes me into an arena with people that go against what I want to do, I won't take that opportunity, no matter how golden that trip is. Remember, we have free will. My heart and my soul is guided by spirit. Not by the voices by some tarot card reader, or that voice that said to me, you want to go home, you miss it, you need it to go home, yeah, I had a friend guiding me the whole way before in my past lives, and I was burned at the stake. And that person allowed people in that town to burn me at the stake as well. Didn't stand up for me. Said that I was crazy because of my spiritual gifts. I haven't forgotten that. So for you, all of the things that I said apply. There's something going on with a past life. That's fine. If you have a past life connection to somebody and it's a karmic connection, recognize you don't want that tie. You want to cut that tie. There should be no... Do you know cutting cords is the most powerful thing that we can do, even in relationships with the ones we love the most, because it's only negative ties. When I had this phone charging, I had my phone attached to that computer that the whole world can connect to. This phone, everyone can connect to this phone, right? This is my energy source. So if I keep that tie from my phone to that computer, that karmic tie, they are tapping into my energy. They are draining my energy, and I'm allowing that. That's why I said in my dream last night, I don't want any karmic tie. I cut that cord. Whoever comes forward to my life from these two princes will make that choice from a heart space, not from a karmic tie. That is why the Uprising song, I was told, you thought it was the one, but they won't get to see the tears you cry. Yeah, you thought you were in love with that person, but they weren't the one, and it hurts you. But now you need to look at this and understand. When spirit hurts us with situations like this, it's in order to protect us. Did you see my phone flash right then? Yeah, major confirmation. So right now, during your dreams, you're being healed. You may not recall it like I do, but there are issues that are being healed. This has been an ongoing thing for lifetimes for me. It's got to heal, and it's the same people that keep coming back because there's an energetic tie. Now, I have an energetic tie because of my soul family, and I said to my friend Mick, why are you sending me this song? The song was called Fool If You Think It's Over. He kept sending me that song. I said, why do I keep saying this song? He gives me a thumbs up. Why are you sending me this song? Just because you are sending me that song doesn't mean that's the truth for me. You may think I'm a fool to think it's over, but I make the choice. So for you, same thing. It doesn't matter what other people tell you, you make the choice. This is about reconciling past issues that are causing problems in this lifetime. Because as you were shown, I spoke about all of these for a reason. I didn't give my twin's name. Well, I did, but you may not have noticed that I did. There's a reason for that. I protect my twin. So that's a message to myself. I know what the ties are, and so I have to be aware of those ties, right? And recognize that yes, there's love there, and I have a familial tie and a soulmate connection, but as far as the karmic tie, that must be cut. So we don't have to worry about it. If you don't remember, you don't have to worry about it. Just allow it to happen, allow it to drift, and whatever it is that's stirring within your heart, the dreams, don't get all twisted by your dreams, thinking, well, that must mean that that's where I'm meant to go. Pay attention to everything together. Inspiration, a new idea comes to you like a gentle whisper inside your heart. Listen and take action. This is inspiration from high above. Where does it come from? The karmic tie? The karmic connection? The soul connection? No, it comes from your heart. That's where your inspiration comes from. That's what you listen to. I keep my twin in an amethyst cave. The cave is of protection, healing, calm, because there's a crossroads. When the lovers are at the crossroads, you get the lover's card. It doesn't mean that you're going to be in a love connection with this one and you're going to stay together. You're at a crossroads. You need to make a choice from your heart. There's a crystal amplifying the amethyst, and another amethyst, and then the crossroad, and then there's the rose. Remember the rose of friendship? It's a silver rose. It's noble. It's royal. It's the fleur-de-lis. Now think. All of these things, you need to take a broad perspective of all of these messages. This is coming from on high. Commitment. You need to make your commitment from your heart. It's not from your head. It's not from the karmic soulmate. It's not from what your family says. It's not from what a tarot card reader says. It's not what I say. It's what your heart says. And you need to connect without alkalized water, without fluoride water. Sorry, alkaline water is good. Without fluoride, that's why I put lemon in my water, by the way. And my twin knows very much about the pineal gland. We spoke about this he knows about the pine cone. He's a man of the forest. He knows this. But he needs to stay away from the mushrooms. And his best friend's mom, who would that be? Somebody that you call your cousin. You grow up with them. They're not family, but they feel like family. She grows the best mushrooms. You stay away from that. You told me that you would in my dream. It's fucking up your third eye. Stay away from the alcohol, stay away from the mushrooms, stay away from the pot. And you make your connection, whatever it is that you're wanting to commit to, from your heart and from your third eye. This is not just for him. This is for all of us. This is for everyone. I'm looking at the separating. Isn't that interesting? The separating of the three on the right. There is hematite, there is garnet, and there in the middle is Dalmatian jasper. But what I'm looking at is the stone that's in the center is addiction. It deals with addiction. These three, the one in the middle has the addiction. Remember the three that you have to stay away from? The one in the middle has the addiction. This one is different. This is the color of the sacral chakra. It's the color of the picture of the soul of the past life. And it's a little bit bent. And this came up see how it's bent and these ones are smooth? In my dream. This came up last night in my dream. And I didn't know what it was referring to. So, where is it? So I'm with my friend. So my friend Anna. Anna represents somebody who sings, but she doesn't play any musical instruments. She's a gentle person. She suffers from depression. She hung out with a bunch of people that were, she hung out with all those people, like that. And I always wondered why she was with that group of people. She's buying these clothes, and she picks up this black lace see-through dress and holds it up in the air. And I look at it. It's not anything that I would have chosen. We're looking through all the different items. We go to total up our things, and she's buying all of these things. She's buying a lot, so she's got a lot of money. She's buying these little tiles. Remember the tiles that I spoke about on the floor? and they're checkers. So I'm thinking about that. But the lady who's totaling up the items, she just scoops them up and she throws them down below the counter. So that's me. Remember when I threw everything down there? So he's watching what I'm doing. And the person was saying, oh my God, they're gonna break. No, they're fine. They have little paintings on them. Because everything, and this is what was being thrown. See how well he sees? They have little paintings on them. Remember when I looked into the stones and I was telling you guys that I could see pictures? Because this is what he's bringing reference to. This is the Bumblebee Jasper. This is for all of you guys. So look up Bumblebee Jasper. I'm not going to go into it right now. It has arsenic in it. You have to be careful touching it. It's poisonous. Now think about that. It's poisonous. Remember I said stay away from those mushrooms. They're poisonous. I also know that somebody is giving you something and they're lacing it. I already know that. It might be your smoothie. I saw that before. They're putting it in your white powder. Whatever the white powder is that you're ingesting, could be your coffee mate. Stuff you put in your coffee, it could be your smoothie, but they're putting something in there that's, they're lacing it. They're keeping you dumbed down. They're keeping you addicted to something. I'm telling you, I watched it. Right now, what the person was seeing a picture of is there's two little birds. Two little birds. I'm thinking about Bob Marley's song, Two Little Birds. Everything's going to be okay. But it's three little birds, but I said two. Isn't that interesting? They have blue eyes, and they're facing one another. And then when you pull away, it looks like a frog, which is healing and transformation. There's pictures. This is what it's being shown. So look up Bumblebee Jasper. There's a message in that for you. Also, so I was talking about, so see how arsenic, I have to wash my hands of that. I have to wash my hands of that. That's a message to you. You have to wash your hands of that. It's poisonous. Okay? It's dangerous. So she's buying all these clothes and all these little paintings. I look up on the shelf. When you put something up on the shelf, it's something precious to you, but you're putting it away. You're putting it up there for safekeeping. When Spirit gives us our gifts and we don't open them up and we put them up on a shelf, that's not using our gifts. We need to take them down from our gifts. So this person is looking up on the shelf. The lady's totaling up the items. There's vintage little cups and teapots and saucers with childhood paintings. So it could be past life memories. Remember? Past life memories. Or it could be talking about you have a family connection. This is someone you grew up with, like a cousin, but it's not a cousin. You call her your sister, but she's actually like family because you kind of grew up together. Or maybe it is a cousin. You call her your sister, but she's not your physical sister. Whatever the situation is, there's childhood issues that you're looking at. It's really cool looking. I want one, but I don't get one. So this is the connection between you and this one. You wanted it, but you didn't get it. Right? You didn't get it. You're needing your heart mended from that broken heart. We're talking about going somewhere. She's taking a nap. I'm standing in line. There's these two teenage boys. They're kind of pushing their way through. It's very crowded. I'm thinking about this again. I'm thinking about the one in the middle and the two on the outside. And the one person comes up and says, hey, she's trying to get through. And he kind of roughly pushes the person aside. And I said, no, it's okay. Don't worry about that. I put my arm around him. He's a little confused. The teenager, he didn't know what to do. He didn't mean to do it. So if somebody's a little confused, they need their help. Remember the guardian that's coming to protect us right now. So those two nice guys, they're friends of mine. They're asking me to go somewhere if I want to go. But I'm waiting for her, and she has all of her packages, her items. I can't wear the expensive clothes she wears. I have chosen these wrinkled black clothes. Remember yesterday I spoke about how so the cream, the white cream, I'm not going to go with them. I'm not going to choose the off-color ones. I saw the truth, and I was going to go with the white cream that you put in your hair and you scrunched it naturally. Things are kind of wrinkled up a little bit. I chose the wrinkled up black clothes. Now, why black? She had a see-through lace dress. It was fancy. It was expensive. She couldn't afford it. Lace. Think about that. Something is being laced. Remember, I told you, something is being laced. Whatever it is that you're lacing your pot with heroin, with whatever it is, something is being laced. I have chosen the wrinkled black clothes. Black coffee. So your coffee mate is being laced. That's what's being laced. That's what's being laced. Or it's your mushroom tea, whatever it is that's black. You're choosing it black because I watched mushroom tea, and it's in coffee form. You're choosing it black. You don't want it laced. They are lacing it. I'm telling you, the black lace dress. Remember, she has a black lace dress. I choose it black. I choose the wrinkled one, the natural one. I'm not choosing something with drugs. I don't want the crystal. Wow. So later we're standing around, we're talking. It's me and Anna and someone else. We're talking about weight loss or healthy items or unhealthy items. I show her these sponge items. They look like mushrooms. They look kind of like bread. And she says, those are nice and soft and squishy, but that's not going to help you. So I said, I know, I won't eat them. So the person was understanding, don't eat those mushrooms. Recognize that they're lacing something. So then she tells me she's going to get something to help me. We're driving in a car. It's a little car. The car starts to crash. I'm thinking, oh my God, we're crashing. We're going to die. It's a convertible. When the car starts to spin, we come to the side. I say, pull in quickly to the side. We pull the car over to the side. We don't crash the car. I don't think we even scratched it. We both get up and we go to the side of the road and we throw up. I throw up on one side. She throws up on the other. I can't believe we didn't crash the car. And that's when I hear in my head, he's batshit crazy. I don't want anything to do with that. I watch how it seems to be a combination of batshit crazy and something better, and the song is Uprising. Okay? Now, this is a cousin. You're batshit crazy. This person took something, they were laced, they were driving the car, we were going to crash. We pulled over. We didn't crash the car. I may literally be watching this happen, but you can take this in symbolic terms. I'm realizing doing that, that's batshit crazy. I don't want that. You throw it up. My cat this morning, my fat cat, Liger, he threw up a big hairball on the carpet. He threw it up. My fat cat. Who's the fat cat in your life? You know who it is. I think that when you come down, you throw up from heroin. I think that there's something else. Do you throw up when doing drugs? I'm just going to say drugs because for some reason I'm thinking heroin. Okay, well, what popped up right away? Does heroin cause vomiting? Once they're finished vomiting, the effects of the drugs kick in and the mind begins to experience, wow, wow, wow. So they're both doing drugs. They're both doing heroin. Stay the fuck away from me. Stay away from me. Wow, you just made my choice. What's interesting is euphoria. Like Xphoria, motorsports. Euphoria. When people take heroin for the very first time and they're unsure of the way it will affect the body, usually they expect they'll feel that euphoria that the heroin gives to the users, but in many cases they will vomit, and not just once. So when heroin enters the body, it can seriously alter the way the body functions. So what might have happened? Okay, I'll take it back. What might have happened is they laced it. They laced your whatever it was with heroin. It caused you to vomit. You were both vomiting because it doesn't happen only the first time. You may have had it happen. They laced your dress. You chose not to take that. You chose it black. So you've chosen. So okay. I gotta watch myself. Because I'm telling you, you don't fuck with that and come near me. And that's why it showed a combination of batshit crazy and something better. So heroin enters the body. It seriously alters the way your body will function. And the only way that your body can handle it is to vomit repeatedly, because the chemical of the drug, it attaches to the opioid receptors in your brain, and it changes the way your body sends and receives pain messages and pleasure. It doesn't know what it's experiencing. Can you imagine? What the fuck are you doing to your body? Your body doesn't know what the fuck you're doing. And it's trying to remove it. It's trying to get it out. So my fat cat he threw up a huge hairball. Hair. Thinking about hair. That has to do with heroin. Fuck. It alters your brain. It can't distinguish between what's what. I think he's batshit crazy. I get out of the car, we both vomit. I can't believe we didn't crash the car. You did. You crashed your car big time. Many report that they throw up every time they use heroin. But the vomiting is often described as a good one because when it's over, you feel better. Wow. You're a combination of batshit crazy and something better. This is your life. Once they finish the vomiting, I don't do drugs, you guys. So clearly somebody who had a karmic tie to me is a heroin addict. And that's why I cut the cord. So the drugs, they keep the endorphins in the receptors, it causes that euphoria. I can't believe that I didn't understand this before. The high is experienced the high that you get is more intense than anything during that you would experience during sex or anything on that level. And then you crave it. And what do you crave? Your body craves chocolate or water. I kept getting, my twin needs water. He needs water. Heroin use. And when you stop taking the drug, your body feels pain. Remember that little prince that we brought into our house, and when they overdosed him. They overdosed him on drugs. Now, this is what's happened sometimes. They'll send you in somewhere, and they will overdose you. And your body has to go through with the withdrawal symptoms. So it can look like this is what's going on. I'm watching this in my dream, so it's about heroin. But my little guy that we took out of that house, his body went through the shaking, and the pain that he was feeling was the drugs that he was coming down off of. Then there was the pain. Because your body's trying to fight the pain, and the opioids are trying to fight the pain, and the tolerance builds up, so then you need more of the drug to get the relief and get the high. Prescription drugs solve a problem, but that's Oxycodone, what is it, Oxycontin, Percocet. It's expensive, but it's cheaper than heroin. So you're addicted to prescription drugs. That's the white collar drug, right? Oh, I don't do heroin. No, my mom does freaking Oxycontin and Vicodin and, whatever. So, and that is a message. I know that already. So the drug is, it shuts your body down. I mean, have you seen that beautiful actor from, what is it? I used to watch it. CSI, heroin addict. This is what happens to you. Gary Durant, I loved him. He was an amazing actor, but he was a heroin addict. You want to see what he looked like before? Gorgeous, good-looking guy. This is your friend. I've seen your friend, and I know he's black, just like my black cat Prince. And this is who you've been trying to help. That's what he looks like now. Or who knows what he looks like now. He might be dead now. But that's what he did. That's what heroin does to you. His career, over. The guy was a movie star. Career's over. This is the fat cat with all the money, and that's what he's going to end up, and that's what you're going to end up. It's a slow process. Your body is just being destroyed. Vomiting, respiratory issues, painful withdrawal. There's you got to go to recovery. You got to go into recovery in order to work your way back into a regular lifestyle. And they have to use other drugs to get you off of those drugs. Methadone, I mean, it goes on and on and on. So right now, I'm showing, make a commitment to stay away from that. I'm sorry that you guys had to experience all of this with me. I'm sorry I have to experience it. That's why I detach. That's why I cut cords. I don't want anything to do with this shit. You stay in an amethyst cave, and my little prince that I took in and tried to help, if this is the one that you've been trying to help, you need to make a commitment to yourself. This is a soulmate. This is a karmic soulmate between you and that person. And that's why you feel this tie. But you have to cut that cord. That's the end of our reading. 2 hours and 7 minutes in. I've never had a reading that long. Love you guys.